Hey guys! So today we're going to be talking about a brand new palette that NYX just came out with. It is the NYX Ultimate eyeshadow palette. So I picked up, there were two. I picked up the more neutral shaded one. There was one that had a whole bunch of bright colors. I do want to eventually pick that one up and review it as well, but I figured this is a good starting point because I didn't honestly know how good these were going to be. It is the eyeshadows that I am wearing today on my eyelids. The blendability was not bad. The pigmentation was They're overall I'll get into it. So for the most part, let's get into the swatching and I will talk as we go. So on the fingers you can see they are decently pigmented. So here is the first row. It is very light, as you can tell. But I can say that the mattes are pretty decent in pigmentation. The shimmers are a little bit lacking, but not terrible. I feel like they just need a little bit more building up than the rest, and they're not as super shiny as I like them because I like my shimmers to be more like metallic, but still not bad. So this is the second row. And as you can see, there's quite a bit more pigment with the second row, but they're also a little bit darker. The matte shades, once again, they were very nice. They're not too powdery. I wasn't having a problem with sticking my brush in it and having them get really powdery. They were a little bit harder than I'm actually used to working with. And then once again, the shimmer, not bad, but could use a little bit of building up. So this is your first two rows. So moving on to the third row, everything gets a little bit deeper and quite a bit more pigmented. This is where you really start to see these shadows shine. I'm just kind of working them in here because I did get a lot on my fingers so that you could really see the swatches. But here are the third row. So as you can see, they are absolutely beautiful. Once again, I find myself favoring the matte shadows. Granted, these two metallics are absolutely gorgeous and they translate well. I find that they go on better on the eyelid if you use your finger to pack it on rather than a brush. But these right here, I'm wearing almost every matte shade in this palette in some form or fashion because I was really building it up on these outer corners and whatnot. Just playing around trying to see what kind of look I could create and if it would just go muddy. Sometimes eyeshadows tend to go muddy when you start layering and layering and layering. Instead of blowing out nicely and having this beautiful transition, you end up with this muddy color. That was not the case here. And the last row, the deepest row, so this is the last row. This chocolatey brown right here, absolutely gorgeous. I love this. This other shimmery color right here, it is pretty, but it is a little bit lacking to me. Just in pigmentation, it's not as pigmented as I would like it to be. This one down here, I kind of wish it was a really nice black just to kind of round out the palette, but it is a nice deeper cool tone brown where you can really just kind of deepen up the outer V, and it does work. So I mean, essentially you don't necessarily need a black unless you want to go really vampy, but really pretty. And once again, this lovely shade here, I used quite a bit in my crease and the outer V just to kind of warm it up. And I will let you see a close-up of the palette. So overall, I do think this is actually a really nice warm palette from the drugstore. NYX did a really good job with this one. I'm not going to say that it's a terrible palette. It was not difficult to blend out. The shadows were just a little bit harder than I anticipated them to be, and the shimmers aren't as shimmery as I personally like them, but I do think they work well for someone who's not as like vampy as me, or someone who likes things to be a little bit on the lighter side. But this is very, very beginner friendly. So I would definitely say that this one is a win. I think it is beautiful. It is the Warm Neutral palette. Like I said, they also have a colorful one, which I do want to check out and see how that one is. But these palettes are $17.99 a piece at Target. I hope you found this video helpful. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!